You ship work fast. Then your progress hits a wall called approval. The doc is perfect, the data is clean. And still, the decision sits in someone's inbox for 10 days because nobody wants to be the person who says yes. People hide behind risk like it's a spell. Legal wants product to go first. Product wants finance. Finance wants security. Everyone waits. Nobody moves. Your yes is stuck because there is no owner for yes, only owners for no. Approvals hide two problems at the same time. Moving to slide 2, when approvals drag, it is usually not because your idea is unclear. It is because the decision system is missing two things: criteria and authority. Criteria means the rules for yes are not written down. People are guessing the risk threshold. They are arguing about default assumptions. They are debating what acceptable means. That turns every request into a fresh negotiation. Authority means no one is explicitly allowed to decide. So reviewers act like advisors, not decision makers. The request keeps bouncing upward, but the escalation path is fuzzy, so it bounces sideways instead. Fix those two gaps, and approvals shrink immediately, because the conversation shifts from opinions to checks. Then you can stop treating every change like it deserves the same ceremony. Moving to slide 3. Right now, a tiny copy edit can demand the same signatures as a production launch. That is backwards. Low-impact work gets buried in process, so you bleed time. Meanwhile, high-impact bets sometimes slip through because everyone assumes someone else is doing the hard scrutiny. Different risk, same process, guarantees the worst of both worlds. You need a clean unit of decision before you can scale the rules. Moving to slide 4. Define the decision unit so your request can actually be answered. One request equals one decision, not a bundle of unrelated asks. If you mix 3 changes together, reviewers can only stall because they cannot say yes to one and no to another. Give the submission a single owner. That person collects inputs before the approval, not during it. Write the outcome as a binary question. Approve or reject publishing feature X to 10% of users by Friday. Now the time frame is explicit, the scope is explicit, and the decision is real. If someone wants changes, they send them back to the owner as a new decision, not as an endless comment thread. Clean decision units turn approvals from a swamp into a queue. Then the criteria can be written, so anyone can execute it consistently. Moving to slide 5. Write criteria like code. Pass or fail. Not make it safe or use best practices. Attach numbers to thresholds. PII stored? No. Downtime risk above 5 minutes requires SRE sign-off. Customer impact above 1,000 users requires comms plan. Set explicit trade-off boundaries. What you will optimize and what you will not. Link to policies and standards, so the argument is with the document, not the loudest person in the thread. Add examples for edge cases, because that is where approvals usually die. 1 or 2 real scenarios are enough. When people can run your request through a checklist and get the same answer, your yes stops being a personality contest and starts being a repeatable decision. After that, risk can be classified in minutes. Moving to slide 6. You can classify risk in minutes if you score the same 5 things every time. Start with impact. Use a simple rubric like 1 equals minor inconvenience, 3 equals customer or revenue hit you can feel, 5 equals regulatory, safety, or major brand damage. Then, likelihood. 1 is rare edge case, 3 is plausible in normal use, 5 is expected without changes. Add a confidence level, because a low confidence 3 is not the same as a high confidence 3. Then tag the data sensitivity tier, like public, internal, confidential, or regulated. Finally, write the reversibility window. Can you roll back in minutes, a day, a week, or not at all? When you can say these out loud, you stop arguing from vibes, and you can place the work in the right lane. Moving to slide 7. Once risk is scored, you design lanes that match it. Low impact, low likelihood changes get an auto yes, but with guardrails like feature flags and monitoring. A manager can approve within preset limits on cost, data access, and customer exposure. Anything that touches multiple teams, sensitive data, or long reversibility goes to cross-functional review. Executive decisions are only triggered by defined thresholds, not by anxiety. Escalation is time-boxed, so the lane speeds you up instead of trapping you. Moving to slide 8. Now let AI do the triage work that usually wastes human time. You feed it the request, and it summarizes it in plain language. It extracts the facts that map to your rubric, then flags what is missing, like data types, blast radius, or rollback. It proposes the lane and explains why, using your thresholds.
It can also draft the approval memo, so reviewers start from a clean packet.
Not a messy thread. Humans still decide, but they stop doing clerical sorting. Moving to slide 9. To keep decisions fast, standardize the decision pack to one page. Put the ask at the top in a single line, so everyone knows what they are approving. Then list 2 or 3 options with crisp trade-offs, including a do-nothing option when it is real. Capture the key risks, but pair each with a mitigation note, not a vague worry. Add a rollback plan with a named owner and a specific trigger, like an error rate or support volume threshold. If you need data, include the smallest chart or metric description that answers the question. When every proposal looks the same, reviewers stop hunting for context and start evaluating the decision. Moving to slide 10. Meetings are where good systems go to die, so you need rules that make meetings rare and decisive. Default to async for low-risk items, using the lane and the decision pack. A meeting happens only when there is a real conflict, like 2 teams disagreeing on risk, resourcing, or customer impact. Pre-reads are required and enforced. If someone did not read, the decision slips, not the standards. In the meeting, decide in one session by picking an option, setting conditions, and naming owners. Then, record the decision and the reasons in a durable place, so it cannot be relitigated next week. Over time, the rules train everyone that silence has meaning, and that is how you scale speed without chaos. Moving to slide 11. Silence is where approvals go to die, so make silence explicit. Set a default yes after a clear deadline for low-risk items. Set a default no for high-risk. Allow one escalation. Then you decide. Auto-notify stakeholders so nobody is surprised. Keep an exception list, but lock it down tight. When everyone knows what happens if no one answers, decisions stop drifting and start moving with intent. Moving to slide 12. Once decisions move, you need to audit what they produce. Track cycle time by lane, not just overall. Measure rework after approvals so you see where yes created cleanup. Log every override and the reason. Review misses on a monthly cadence, then update your rubrics based on outcomes, not opinions. If you can't explain why a decision was right or wrong, you can't scale it without scaling the pain. Moving to slide 13. To scale without chaos, start small and move fast. Pick one approval bottleneck that hurts every week. Build a simple rubric with the stakeholders who will live with it. Pilot it with strict time boxes and a clear default outcome. Then automate templating, so the process runs the same way every time. Once it works, expand the lanes across adjacent workflows. If this helped, subscribe for more. What approval bottleneck is slowing you down most? Share it in the comments. Tools evolve, principles endure.